Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum viewers. Welcome to this series of videos in which we are discussing about our dashboard for Qada Salat. Means the Salats which you have missed. So it will provide you a way to memorize your to keep a record of, to keep a track of your praying of Miss Salat, and will inform you how far have you done, how far have yet to go, and it's a tool, right? And while we are doing it, so of course, some new occasions occur during this course of time. So today is the Eid. Yesterday was the Eid. Today is the second day of Eid ul-Adha. So in Sunnah, in the books of Sunnah, there are the chapter Babul Adhiyah that talks about how you spend your life in the in celebration of Eid days. So Abu Sa'id Khudri radiallahu ta'ala anhu has narrated this, that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam prohibited two fasts, fasting the day of Adha and the day of Fitr. So you see, we have 2 days of celebration in which we are not supposed to do any fasting. Right, so fasting is a very great worship, ibadah, very great act of worship, but we have to be obedient to Quran and Sunnah. And the teachings of Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam is telling you that with the exception of these 2 days, that is the Adha, Eid al-Adha and Eid al-Fitr. Eid al-Fitr comes soon after the Ramadan, right? As soon as the Ramadan completed, so the believers, they celebrate. At that day, you are not supposed to do the fasting. Similarly, on the day of Eid al-Adha, you are not supposed to do the fasting, right? But the prayers are not exempted. Prayers have to be prayed. All the 5 times mandatory prayers have to be performed regularly. So, and there are some timings on which you are not supposed to even the pray. These are the day. These are the some time like Zawal, when the sun is right up. So it's a duration of 10 minutes time. At that time, all the sujood are haram, is not permissible. So that time you cannot. Otherwise, you can pray the whole. And also at the time of sunset, also, right? Uh, and there are some prohibition of praying after you have performed the Fajr Salah, right? When you have performed the farz of Salah, of Salatul Fajr, then you can do the recitation of Quran, you can do plenty of things, but not the Salah, right? No nafal or other things. Yes, Qada Salah is permitted, but that has to be performed in privacy, not openly, right? Because Allah likes the concealing of your sinful acts, right? Not to publicly indicate that you have not been performing, because uh, we are supposed to conceal it instead of making it, instead of exposing to everyone, right? That's why during the witr, when we on the third rakah, when we say Allahu Akbar, so if you are performing the qada of witr, so say Allahu Akbar before the qunut, but do not raise your hand, because that would expose to the people who are looking you. They may be knowing that you are performing Qada Salah. So Qada Salah have to be performed silently, quietly, without mentioning anything. But what in this video, in this series of videos, we are showing you how to tackle the problems, how to keep a track of your Salah, so, and how to make a dashboard as well. So this is fine, but otherwise, not to openly announce anything which was sinful in your life, right? So it is between you and Allah likes the covering, not to expose these things. Allah likes the worshippers be ashamed of, and instead of be blunt and bold, right? So this is the spirit of performing the Qada Salah. So this hadith in front of us, it tells you that uh, قال وفي الباب أن أمر means assignment me yeah it says قال نهى رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم عن صيام يوم الأضحى ويوم الفطر. Yeah. Okay. So Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam has prohibited 2 fasts, fasting the day of Adha and the day of Fitr. And another hadith in this conjunction, in this context also, it is said here. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, a human does no action from the actions on the day of Nahar more beloved to Allah than spilling the blood of sacrificial animals. Yeah. A Muslim does no action from the actions of the day of Nahar more beloved to Allah than spilling blood of sacrificial animals. So on the day of judgment, it will appear with its horns, with here and hooves, and indeed the blood will be accepted by Allah from where it is received before it even falls upon the earth. So let your heart be delighted. So let your heart delight in it. So this has given me the great sense of pacification, because the animal which I slaughtered yesterday on the day of Eid, I used to love it a lot. Even that was very close to me. Whenever he used to say the goat, the he goat rather, not the she goat, yeah. So he was whenever he used to see me, he used to jump at me and ask me, and sometimes play with me and run, hopping into the ground. And he was so cute and so that. But when I had to slaughter it, so there was a pain. So this hadith tells that do it for the knowing that on the day of the judgment it will appear with its horns, with hair and hooves, and indeed the blood will be accepted by Allah from where it is received before it even falls upon earth. So let your heart delight in it. So this is Islam. This is the beauty of Islam. Okay, and now let's move to our topic of praying our Miss Salah, right? So first thing we do, we make a copy of the most latest file, and then we amend its name for the sake of protection of our original file, right? This saves the originality, right? Next, we open it and enable the macro. Why to have enable macro? I'm due to the Eid break, I could not enter my last 2 days performance of Miss Salat, right? So let's see. Let it load first. Once it loads, then we can continue with that. Okay, so let me open it again. Yeah, it is now opening. Now it will it will allow us to enable the contents. This is important, otherwise the automation will not work. And the first thing it does is that until yesterday, it keeps all the due slides from since we have made the Toba, all the dues are not missed, they are prayed. So how about the misprayed? So we double click on it anywhere. Say we double click on it, so these are the misprayer. So until 5th we have done. So 6 and 7 performance is pending. So immediately first blank row, we put the cursor in here and double click on it, and this is asking how many days. We say 5. When did it use? On 6th of June. That's right. Automatically it keeps, and the figures are updated. And on the 7th also, let's do it again here. And 5 days, enter it on the 7th of June. So all done automatically. You don't need to type anything, only only in the double click. Now 7404. What is our target? As we show that our target is now narrowing down. We have to reach 7404 days. So we have to clear the backlog of 7404 days. That is 44,424 salats, right? So this is I have used just on a conservative side, and that means not more than this should be what I have missed, right? A gut feeling, and I ask the support from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I supplicated for it. May Allah accept it and make it possible for me to do it in my lifetime. As I have heard in a Juma khutbah, that a man who had say around 20 years of backlog of the salah, so he made the tawbah and he started performing in 6 days of 6 days of salah per day, and this way. So in 3 years consecutive, he was working. So he cleared all his backlog, and then Allah called him, means he passed away. So he was a very lucky one that he was given the chance to do to clear the backlog, right? So just to show you that the system is working, say we can enter, double click in here, and 74. We will, when it say how many days, we say 7404. 7404, which is not possible, but just to see if all the backlog this gray part is vanished from it, right? On 8th of June. It is not possible on a single day, but once you do it, so it will come start working it, and in the end you will see that it reaches to the no backlog point. While it is doing its job, let's have a look of another hadith related to Babul Adha. So this is a hadith in front of us. Let me take a this one. Prophet Muhammad SAW slaughtered 2 horned male sheep, which were mostly white. He slaughtered them with his hand and mentioned Allah's name, and he said Allahu Akbar and put his foot on their side. So this is how means the teachings of Prophet Muhammad SAW, that we should do the slaughtering of animals using these method, which is proved from the hadith, right? The hadiths are telling you all these things. And then the Prophet Muhammad SAW slaughtered a horn male ram of fine pedigree around his that is around his mouth and black, and his legs were black, and around his eyes were black. So the beautifully looking sheep and was slaughtered by Prophet Muhammad SAW. Animals. So this is another hadith which tells that al-marfu narration from Rasulullah SAW saying, so this is a Sahih hadith and marfu, and saying that a crippled animal whose lips is obvious is not to be slaughtered as sacrifice. Right? Right. Lips is obvious. Is not to be slaughtered as sacrifice, or an animal with a bad eye whose blindness is obvious, nor a sick animal whose sickness is obvious, nor an emaciated animal that has no marrow in its bones, right? So these are the deficiencies which are obvious in us. So the sacrifice animal should be perfect, should be good, should be in all respects. There should be no shortcoming or drawback, and so Allah loves such a slaughtering. And this is to be done with the pleasure of seeking the Allah's pleasure. Okay, so this is the fact. So we have seen that this has completed, and all the backlog are shown that as if they are done. They are done automatically. So from 8th of June, no, from 15th of June. You have to, this is 8th of June, 7. 8th of June. So what we do, we go to the 8th of June from where we have begun. Let me put the cursor here, go to pick up like this. And soon you will see that it will reach to the starting point from where we tried to enter the head. I'm sorry, I have been making page down. It should be page up. Right. Okay. Okay. So this is where we are, and we have done all these. Okay. And we have to start from the 8th of June. Here is the 8th of June. And what we do, we remove all these test entry along with the 6 in here, right? Make sure we do not forget to remove this 6, right? Okay. So this has to be done with due what you say care, right? You should see that what is the last row until where we are supposed to delete. This is the last row, 7,920. Okay, so we would like to clear 7,000 until 7,920. Okay, so let's first of all remove this. Yeah, and we go to page down, and this is where the 8th of June is completing. Yeah. So we delete this, and also we delete this one. So this has to be done carefully since we have done just a testing for testing basis to see how would it look like if everything is done. So we have rolled back to the before to the position where we were before the test. So this is exactly what is our current situation, and supplication to Allah is most important. That Allah, it is only possible with the support of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. See you in our next video.
لوح بھی تو قلم بھی تو تیرا وجود الکتاب گنبد آبگین رنگ تیرے محیط میں حباب لوح بھی تو قلم بھی تو تیرا وجود الکتاب گنبد آبگین رنگ تیرے محیط میں حباب عالم آب و خاک میں تیرے ظہور سے فروغ ذرہ ریگ کو دیا تو نے طلوع آفتاب لوح بھی تو قلم بھی تو تیرا وجود الکتاب گنبد آبگین رنگ تیرے محیط میں حباب ذرہ ریگ کو دیا تو نے طلوع آفتاب شوکت سنجر و سلیم تیرے جلال کی نمود فقر جنید و بایزید تیرا جمال بے نقاب شوکت سنجر و سلیم تیرے جلال کی نمود فقر جنید و بایزید تیرا جمال بے نقاب لوح بھی تو قلم بھی تو تیرا وجود الکتاب گنبد آبگین رنگ تیرے محیط میں حباب شوق تیرا اگر نہ ہو میری نماز کا امام میرا قیام بھی حجاب میرا سجود بھی حجاب شوق تیرا اگر نہ ہو میری نماز کا امام میرا قیام بھی حجاب میرا سجود بھی حجاب تیری نگاہ ناز سے دونوں مراد پا گئے عقل و غیاب و جستجو عشق حضور اضطراب تیری نگاہ ناز سے دونوں مراد پا گئے عقل و غیاب و جستجو عشق حضور اضطراب لوح بھی تو قلم بھی تو